Hope you are able to see my screen. Right. So last class what we discussed, anyone remember? Let me check. You guys are remember, let me know what we discussed. I think manual sharing and sharing rules, right? Okay. So today we are going to discuss about how to override how to override record level permissions. Okay, how to override record level permissions in Salesforce. That is the next topic we are going to discuss. Okay, right. Last class already we discussed what is manual sharing and what is sharing rules and what is OWD, what is role. We want to override this all the settings. I want to give the organization level data access to all users. The particular profile may be different types of profile. Users want organization level data access particular object or maybe organization level. Then how to override these permissions means, that is the concept called view all modify all at profile level. Okay, so there is a particular profile or permission set we can enable below permissions. That is something like view all and modify all permissions. And also we have one more permission. Below permissions are available only for Salesforce license users, Salesforce license profiles, or or permission set permission set. When you are creating profile by using Salesforce license, these permissions we have: view all data and also modify all data. What is difference between view all, modify all, and view all data and modify all data means, these permissions are specific to object we are going to enable. Suppose I'm the customer, now I'm able to see only my data. So I'll become a business admin from customer side. I want access for specific account object data for all the wherever user is created, organization level, whoever creating the data, everything I want to access from my user. So then we have to enable specific account object, that is view all if read access, modify all if edit access. Okay, view all means view access, view or read access, and modify all means edit access for all records. So this is, suppose I'm the business admin from business side or customer side. I want to access for irrespective all object data. I don't want individual object data specifically. I want all object data I want to access. If my license is Salesforce license or maybe my profile is Salesforce license, then we can enable these two options, view all data and modify all data. Across all object data we can access all object data. Okay, not by one object. If organization contain 100 objects, all 100 object data we can access for the particular profile users. If you give the modify all data, so all 100 object data we can edit by using this permission. This is something like view all and modify all permissions at profile level. So first we are going to discuss about view all. View all data, I think already we discussed theoretically, that is enough. If you want practically, you can check later as well. Right. So view all data is nothing but, so this permission is available both Salesforce and Salesforce platform profile users. And also, if this permission is enabled, enabled for specific object, then when when users are accessing data irrespective of the data level security, that is sharing settings, irrespective of the sharing settings for particular profile users. Okay, this is which access we are getting. Accessing data, accessing, our users are accessing or viewing. I'm going to use view access for data irrespective of the sharing settings. Okay, so this one, this permission is available. This permission is available both standard and custom objects, and also these permissions are enabled. These permissions are enabled specific object, and also these permissions are called as data administration. Data administration means, administration is nothing but admin can do anything. So if you want admin related permission, like same as admin, do you want to give the all the data access irrespective of the sharing settings, then you can use for these permissions. Okay, this is something like view all permission. If you go to modify all permission, so same story, just we can give the here, instead of view access we can give the edit access. That's it. Let's see some examples. Go to the Salesforce, go to the manager rom, developer sam. Both are having IT profile, platform profile. Okay, I'm going to log in with the manager sam here. Login.salesforce.com, developer.manage, learn SFDC at 2023, enter. Right, he is the developer sam. Okay, as of now we can see the account data, we can see the account object. Go to the all accounts. As of now he is accessing his own accounts because of OWD is the private. I'm going to log in with another account, login.salesforce.com, enter. Now take the username for manager sam, manager ram, SFDC at 2023, enter. Now get the security code, not this one, refresh. It will get the security code. Oh, it is entered. Okay, without security code it is entered. Now go to all accounts. See, now he is accessing some accounts through sharing rules, some accounts based on role hierarchy he is accessing. But actually if we go to here, if you check the accounts using admin account, check how many accounts we have. If you go to all accounts, so there is a 23 accounts we have in organization level. But if you go to developer sam, he is accessing only 2 accounts. If you go to manager rom, he is accessing only 7 accounts. What about remaining accounts? What about remaining 23? Apart from out of 23, only 7 accounts only this user is accessing. Now what I'm going to do, go to the profile. Both are having same profile, developer IT profile. I'm going to open the developer IT profile. If you click on edit now, see, if you go to the object level permission, see there is a 2 types of permissions we have. One is the basic access, already we discussed. If you want to create the data or edit the data or delete the data, then we can use for basic access, that is the button access. Okay, if you go to data administration, name itself is there, it's related to admin access. If you want full object data for particular object, then you can enable these permissions. Suppose I'm going to enable view all permission as of now. Means if you enable view all, see this icon, check the box in this column. If you want to users this profile have to view access to all records the selected object type regardless of sharing settings. Either it should be role or OWD or sharing settings or manual sharing, whatever may be, everything it will override. So it is not considered any record level sharing settings. If you enable profile level at view permission, user is able to access all the data irrespective of the sharing settings. Let's see view permission. I have enabled account object. Click on save now. If you save now, go to the developer account. Now refresh now. See, developer is accessing all 23 records. Now you are going to click on any one account, edit permission. See, he is getting insufficient access because of he is having view access for all the data irrespective of the owner or sharing settings. Now, if you go to manager also, if you refresh the manager, if you open any account which is not having edit access, C is getting insufficient access because of these people are having only for view access. And go to the same profile, click on edit now. Now go to modify all permission. I'm going to enable and click on save now. Now if you go to refresh same page, you will get the edit access. See, now he is going to edit the data. If you select the heart, save now. If you go to manager, refresh now. See, this record is modified by see developer. And if you want to modify warm, click on save now. So this record is modified by ROM. Okay. So this is how we can give the view all, modify all permission at the profile level. Hope you clear these permissions. Okay. How to override record level. So we can override record level permission. Again, I'm reiterating, or maybe again I'm repeating this point. We can override record level permission by using profile view all modify all. But is there any possibility to override profile permissions? Means never. Profile permissions, it's not possible to override. Profile permissions always we can give. If you want user extra permissions apart from what user is getting from profile, then we can go with the permission set. But the profile level, it is not possible to override any permissions. We can enable additional permissions. These two questions are very important. Now, just I'm going to show this data, view all data and modify all data. See, if you go to here, this is the Salesforce platform profile, right? I'm going to open another profile. That is something like, what is the manager IT profile? This is something like Salesforce license, and this is the Salesforce platform license. If you go to Salesforce license, then we can search with view all data. See, now here we have a permission called view all data under administrative permission. Okay, we have view all data and also we have modify all data. There is a two permissions we have. If we are enable this modify all data, irrespective of the any object, all object data organization level, this profile users get access. If we go to IT profile, that is Salesforce platform profile, we can search with view all. See, now there is no view all data permission. We don't have modify all data permission. So these permissions are available only for Salesforce license users only, or Salesforce profile users only. Okay. Either we can use Salesforce license profiles or users, both are same only, right? If user is belongs to Salesforce, the profile also automatically belongs to Salesforce only. Okay, these licenses are available only for Salesforce license. Okay, in interview question is, can you override record level settings? We want to give the all object data to the user. Means yes, it is possible by using view all and modify all permission. If user require read access, we can enable view all. If user required modify edit access, then we can enable modify all. Sometimes users are asking, suppose user is platform user, I want to enable instead of individual object, I want to enable all object data permission data access to the users. If user is Salesforce platform user, you can say that no. We can enable view all data, modify all data for user to access all the object data, but that user should be Salesforce license, not for Salesforce platform. That is how we have to give the answer. Okay, clear? Any questions? Right.
Yes, sir.
Right. Thank you. role completed, OWD is completed, manual sharing is completed, sharing rules are completed, and also view all, modify all permissions are completed. Now we are going to discuss about teams. Okay, we are going to discuss about teams, right? Now I'm going to disable these permissions in IT profile. I'm going to disable this permission. By using teams also, we can share the data from one user to another user, not share the data. Yeah, you can share the account data. Teams are available only for specific object, not for all object. Okay. If you save this IT profile, then go to refresh now. He's accessing his own data. And also if you go to here, he is accessing his own data. Okay. Now, simple. Why go for the teams? And these teams are available for which object? Generally, teams are using for collaborating purpose. Collaborating purpose. Example, example. Suppose you can take that hospital, like we can take that Apollo hospital. In that Bangalore, there is a multiple Apollo hospital branches we have. Everyone knows, right? Multiple Apollo branches. Maybe head branch is one is head branch. Remaining all branches are sub branches in Bangalore. Now, I'm the head branch. I'm the head of the department for whatever Apollo branch is main branch. I'm the main branch head of the department. I want to communicate sub branches, whoever head of the sub branches. So how I know whether which person is head of the department of head of the department of sub branch one and head of the department of sub branch two. How to collaborate that one? Means that is through teams only we can collaborate. We in Salesforce we can store hospital as a account, hospital as a account. In that account we can add multiple team members for that account, multiple team members for that account, who is working on that particular account and who is the manager. That based on team roles, we can easily recognize which user is belongs to which role, or which user is belongs to which designation. Based on that role also we can easily check whether who is working on that particular branch. Okay, that is something like one of the example for teams. Okay, and one more. See, suppose we have a JNTU college in maybe, okay. Otherwise, we can take any IIT. Okay, so there is IIT Mumbai, IIT Kharagpur. There is a different types of IITs we have. So in central, uh, maybe in central government, they implemented one application called Common IIT application. Okay, in that Common IIT application, they're storing all the information into that portal. That portal, each IIT college, who is the head of the department for each branch, and how many faculties are working, and what is the role of faculties, either they the professors, associate professors, who is the principal, who is the head of the department. Everything we want to store in that portal. Suppose in education minister or maybe any central guy who want to access or want to communicate for particular IIT people, so he wants to know who is working that particular IIT people before communicating. So he will open the website and he will open IIT Kharagpur. It will show for the team members. These are the people are working this IIT Kharagpur, and these are the roles and responsibility. So that person easily communicate which person is going to communicate. By using teams, is going to collaborate with that particular person. Okay, same like in Salesforce also. If you add any user as a member, any user as a particular account member, he will get the account access. He is going to open the particular account. Okay, he is going to open the particular account and he is able to access whatever he want. Okay, suppose I'm working in one of the branch. Suppose suppose example, we have multiple banking sector, banking branches, right? Suppose Axis Bank, I'm the one of the manager for that branch. In that manager means I want to access everything in that branch, right? I want to open the account details, or I want to check what is the account revenue, and what is the account is active or not. Everything I'm going to access. Without, see, even though I'm an account member, without accessing account, what is the use? Even though I'm the branch manager, even I'm branch manager, I'm not going to access anything in anything that particular branch data. Then what is the use of sitting in my chair? Sitting in my chair. So it's not use, right? So if as soon as you add a team member for particular branch, or as soon as you are adding for employee that particular branch, you can access everything that particular branch. You can see the account details, you can see the manager details, whatever you require, whatever your roles and responsibility, you can access that particular data. Simply by using Teams, we can easily recognize how many people are working in that particular branch, and how to collaborate each person, and how we are going to know what is the role of that particular person. That and all we are going to define by using Teams. Okay, that is the background of Teams only. Okay, so now as of now, just example, I'm going to create one account called CTS main branch. CTS main branch. This is the CTS main branch. Click on save now. Now I'm going to create one more account. Click on one more account. I'm going to create CTS sub branch. It is company sub branch. Uh, it is available for, maybe it is a hide. Is we can select the CTS main branches parent account. Click on save now. If you open the hierarchy, this is the main branch and this is the sub branch. Okay, this is self lookup, guys. This is how we are going to build view hierarchy, means that is based on self lookup we are going to build hierarchy table. So now this is the main branch and this is the sub branch. Now I want to store, I'm the main branch owner, or I'm the main branch of CEO. Okay, CEO main branch is so main branch of CEO is Raju Chicharla. How to add account team member, and how to enable account teams for that in Salesforce to enable the users to particular account object. So let's see how to enable. Go to the setup. Go to the setup. Before going to enable, just search with teams. See, teams are available only for three objects. One is account teams, opportunity teams, and case teams. Case object we have teams option, opportunity object is having team option, account is having team option. So which object you are going to enable, you can choose. Only these three objects only we can enable team members. Remaining objects means no, it's not possible. If you want, you can develop by your own. You have to create a custom object like team member, contact team member, or maybe other team member, whatever. So you can enable whatever same as standard functionality. You have to build by your own if required similar functionality for other object. Okay. Now I'm going to discuss about accounting. Before going to discuss, I'll give some notes about here. Teams are available. Teams are available only for below objects. Below objects. That is something like accounts. Accounts. That object name is account team member. Account team member. That is the API name of the object. Next, opportunity object. That is something like opportunity team member. Okay. Next one is case object. In that case object is case team member. Okay. So this is something like teams are available only for below objects, account, opportunity, case object. Let's see, I'm going to discuss about account team members. But what are the permissions we can enable? What are the permissions we can enable using Teams? One is read only access, same whatever available in record level permission. Another one is read write permission. Read write permission we can enable. Okay. So now I'm going to discuss about account team member, account teams. Okay. So account teams object API name is account team member. Okay, account team member. How to enable team, customize, go to accounts, accounts. Under accounts, there is a team settings, account team settings. Okay, settings and enable account teams, account teams. Okay, this required fields are account ID, which account we are going to enable, and also we have member ID. Member ID is nothing but user ID, which user we are going to define, and also we have account access level, which access we need to define for account level, and also account team member role, team member role. Okay, so this is one more team member role. So you can remove this account. So these are the required fields. We have optional fields also, that leave it as it is. Let's see how to enable. Example, enable account teams and add below roles. Below roles. One is CEO and one is manager role and one is developer role. Developer role. Let's see how to enable this one. Okay, go to Salesforce, go to setup, simply go to setup, under build, customize, go to accounts. We have a settings called account teams. Here we have a account teams. Just click on account teams, enable account teams. See what is the advantage for account team. Account teams are help multiple users to better collaborate on accounts by defining role of each team member and setting record level access individually and viewing our teams list and reports. Okay, so this is something like definition of team members. Simply I can say that teams are using to collaborate between each other based on role, and also by using teams we can enable the account level access, that is record level settings individually. Some user require edit access, some user require read access, that and all we can control. Okay, just enable this team settings. Once you enable, click on save. It will ask which layout it is required. As of now, if you go to account, if you open the CTS main branch, so here in related list there is no any account team member here. Now once you added all the related list and related everything, just click on save. It will available in teams. Go to refresh now. See now account team section is enabled now. When it is enabled account team section, once you are enabled account teams in your account teams, then only it is available. Now if you go to account team, click on add. See here, these are the team roles we have: account manager, channel manager, sales manager. Say, as per CRM perspective, they're enabled some default roles. If you want to remove the default roles or if you want to replace the role, you can replace the roles. If you disable account teams, you don't want account teams, you can disable. And if you want to create new team role, you can create a new team role as well, like this. Or if you want to replace any team roles, click on here, you can replace the team role. I'm going to use ceo. I'm going to replace with channel manager, replace. Okay, ceo, that the pick list value that are you are trying to replace does not exist in pick list value, replace blank value, because of already we have in some data, right? If you want to replace because of here already we have pick list value, do you want to replace this pick list value? So then it will get error. If you don't have that ceo, then we can change as a blank value. Okay, let's see whether it is changed or not. Otherwise simply we can define a new role if required. Still it is a queue, it is not changed actually. So now I'm going to change the rename. Better, CEO label name and the CEO, save now. It is saved. And if you want account manager as a manager, I'm going to change manager IT, manager IT, save now. If you want to change executive supervisor as a sponsor as a developer, IP, then we can say use same thing, developer IT save. Remaining, if you don't want, then you can deactivate, or if you want, you can delete as well. Okay, if not required, you can delete as well. It will take some time, refresh. Right, see, it is lead qualifier is deactivated, and if you want to deactivate pre sales consultant, you can deactivate. If you want to deactivate sales manager, you can deactivate. Because of our application is IT related application, we want IT related roles. So each organization, they're having their specific roles, right? Now if you go to refresh now, see here only these roles are available. Okay, this is how we can enable the account team, and we can enable which roles it is required based on your organization level. Okay, now I have enabled account teams, and I have created these team roles. Okay, these team roles. Now go to user. Now CTS main branch CEO is Raju Chigicherla. Okay, so select the Raju Chigicherla, and which axis it is required, read axis, and select the CEO. Save now. That's it. Remaining opportunity and case axis is the child object axis. If you want, you can enable. See, if you open the main branch, who is the CEO of main branch means you can easily get to know by using Teams. And if you go to sub branch, before going to add account team member, first you can refresh with the developer account. Still he is having only two account access. And if you go to manager also, still he is having only for 8 account access. Okay, let's see. I'm going to add these two people in this particular account team member. One is member ID, that is Raju Chigicherla, and select the read write. He is the CEO, sub branch also, and select the manager ROM, and I'm giving read write access, and he is the manager IT, and I'm going to give the developer Sam. I'm giving only read access, and he is the developer IT. Click on save now. Once it is saved, if you go to account team member, see how many people are added into account team member. There is a 3 people are added account team member, and also they're having different types of access. Okay, so now one user is having read access, one user is having edit access. Now if you go to developer Sam, refresh now, see he is able to access CTS sub branch account because of he is the member of this account. Okay, and also is having edit access, no, insufficient access, is having only read access. If you go to manager ram, refresh now, see he is able to access, CTS sub branch account. And if you go to edit now, he is able to edit the data because of he is having edit access. So how you know? Sometimes people are asking, some of the users, developer Sam and Ram is accessing this account. How they're going to access account? Maybe you are forgot to check account team. So is there any other possibility how we are going to identify this record is shared via account team? Just click on sharing rule. See, if any customer is asking to validate the data, how the data is sharing to particular user means, first step you have to do that. First go to open the record, click on sharing button. In that sharing button, see here, developer Sam, manager Ram, Raj Chigicherla. So these 3 people are added via account team. Okay, so once it is showing account team, if you go to account and scroll down, you can check account team members are available. You can take this screenshot and provide to the customer. So the data is shared via account team member. Do you want to disable, so that we can remove from account team member that particular user? Something like that you have to give the response to the customer. Okay, so this is something like account teams. Any questions? Same opportunity case also same. You guys are going to practice. Clear, guys? Any questions?
Clear, sir.
Right. Next one is login access policies. Login access policies. What is login access policies? Suppose I'm the customer or maybe you people are customers, I'm the support, IT support person. IT support person means something application support person. I'm supporting application whatever you people are using. Okay. So suppose one of the person is having some issue. She is not having edit access, or maybe she is not having something particular record level access or whatever. Okay. She created an incident, and she created an incident. She is asking for how that option is going to enable. I want that create option, something like that. She's having some queries related to application, and she's expecting some permissions from admin. Okay. Now, as soon as incident, as soon as I receive the incident as a support person, I'm going to check the description of the incident, what customer is looking for, and I'm going to enable the permissions. Before going to confirm to the user, I want to log in with the behalf of the user. I need to verify the permissions, whether user is having permissions or not. Sometimes what happen, maybe instead of enable one object permission, maybe you are enable another object permission. Without testing by yourself, you are going to inform to the customer. Maybe customer is going to create another incident, or maybe customer is going to create a high priority incident. Maybe customer is not going to satisfy. Okay. Then how to avoid those scenarios, and how to test before going to inform to the user, how to log in behalf of the user, and how to test whether the functionality whatever you are enabled for the user based on the description of the incident. So that how to test before communicating to the user means we need to log in with the behalf of the user. How to log in with the behalf of the user? So that is we can enable by using login access policies. Okay. What is login access policies means? If enable login access policies, then admin users, only admin profile users. Okay. Admin profile users can log in with behalf of the user. Okay. Behalf of the user account, and we can validate the system. We can validate the functions. We can validate the changes, or maybe changes are functionalities. Okay, this is right. Let's see. Go to the login access policies. How to enable means, go to setup. Before going to setup, go to the users. Do you have any login button here? Only we have edit button. I want to log in with manager now. I want to log in with manager, and I need to verify whether manager is accessing account some branch or not. I have added manager as a account team member, but I want to test whether manager is accessing edit access or not. Developer is having read access, manager is having edit access. Before going to inform to the manager, I want to check whether account is editable or not. Now go to here, under security controls, we have a option called login access policies. Where we have option, there is a login access policies. Click on login access policies, just enable. Okay. Once you enable, admin users can log in with any user. If you click on save now, so it is saved. Now go to manager and refresh. See, the login button is enabled here. The login button is enabled. Okay. Now we can log in with the manager. See here, logged in with the manager account. Okay. And go to the account and open the sub branch. Don't do anything. Click on edit now. Is having edit access. Don't click on save. Okay, just click on cancel. Okay, so now it is user is having access. Now you can inform to the manager. So yeah, I'm enable the account access. You can check and confirm something like that. Okay, once you've done, you can log out to the user. So once you log out to the user, every time you need to give your password. Yes, your user account is logged out, and also your account also it is logged out. Okay, so this is how we can log in with the behalf of the user. How to log in with the behalf of the user? As an admin, then we can enable login access policies. Okay, it is a grant login access to the admin people to log in with any user to validate the functionalities and changes by using this option. Okay, this is also one of the important point. If you are the admin, if you want this permission sometimes to validate this changes behalf of the user. Okay, now next one is suppose. So how to enable setup administer security controls login access policies and enable and set. Okay, now you can observe one thing here. When I log in with this user, when I log in with this user, so when I log out this user, I want to log out only this particular user. I don't want to log out my main account. Okay, see, suppose I want to test this functionality some multiple times. Every time, whenever I'm log out, every time I'm login, I'm log out for my account, and I need to give the username and password every time. So this is a time taking process and irritating process, right? How to stop to log out main account? Only I want to log out logged in account only. I want to logged out whatever user account you are logged in. I want to logged out only particular login account. How to logged out? I want to keep it main account is remain active and remain active session, and I don't want to logged out main account. Whatever user is going to logged out, only the particular login account only I want to logged out. How to stop logout for main account? Logged out for main account means that option is go to the security controls. Go to the security controls. We have a session settings. Go to the session settings. There is a option called force re-login after login as a user. So this is the option you have to disable. We have to disable this option. Then no need to give the main account username and password every time. Just only it will logged out for logged in user only. See, suppose now I'm going to log in. Previously what happened, if you log out this user account, automatically this account is logged out and my main account also logged out. Now let's see now the magic. Go to log out. See, only the particular user only log out, my account is remain active. Okay, this is how we can stop the logout option for main account. Okay, how to disable logout for main account, main user account when logout logged in user account Okay, that is something like this is the option, and go to security controls, setup security controls. There is a session settings. Under session settings we have a option called post.com relogin. Okay, hope you clear. Any questions? Now if you go to security controls, so there is a field accessibility we have. By using field accessibility, we can control the field active and field required or read only fields. That also it is possible by using field accessibility. So field accessibility, how to enable? Go to the account. Go to the account. Suppose if you want to make it one of the field is mandatory. Suppose I want to make it annual revenue is mandatory field, or I want to make it account number is mandatory field. Then how to do that? Either by using by we can view the based on the fields or based on the profile. I'm going to view the based on the fields. I'm going to select account number. Now here see all are editable access, it is not a required field. Now suppose go to system administrator profile or maybe any particular profile. Now go to enable. See here we can enable visible or read only access, or page layout level we can visible read only required permission. If you enable required permission, click on save. That field is required at profile level. If you go to enable, see account number is required field. So how many ways we can make it field as required field means, while creating field, we can make it field as required field, or by using field accessibility, we can make it a required, and by using validation rule, we can make it a required, and by using page layouts, we can make it a field as required. These are the four options we have to make a field is required field. That is something like field accessibility. To control the field level access for different user profiles, then you can use for field accessibility. Now password policies, you already organization level password policies, this one. Profile level also we have individual password policies, and do you want to set the organization level, we can use password policies. Remaining thing maybe at the time of tools we are going to discuss about network access, session management and login access, certified key management. This is single sign on, we are using certified key management, single sign on settings, and authorization provider and all integration, we are using authorization provider, identity provider, identity verification, and all. Some development concept also we are using, we are going to use these concepts. Maybe view setup and audit trial. Audit trial is nothing but, if you want to, whatever activities user is doing last 6 months, we can export. Suppose you are logged in, or maybe you are changing something, everything we can export by using view setup audit trial. We can download the last 6 months data. See real time, again I'm telling guys, don't give don't give your username password to anyone. Okay, don't give your username password to anyone, because of based on audit trial also we can easily find out if your account is logged in with some other location, or maybe if your account is logged in with some other IP address, maybe audit team will questioning on you, so why you are logged in for this account in some other address or some other PC, something like that. Okay, so if you want any help from others, so you can share your screen and get the help and do the modifications by yourself. Don't do any, don't give any login credentials to the third party people, and login username and password. Always login username and password, keep it by yourself, and don't give to anyone. Okay, if you give anyone, if someone is find out, then that's all, they will terminate job immediately. Okay, so that is, so this is something like view setup audit trail. If you want to do see anything, whatever you do the modification, everything it will track in audit trail. And if you want, you can download the audit trail from last 6 months data, and based on this audit trail, they will get to know what are the changes you are done, and what are the changes you are modified, and how many times you logged in, everything it is showing, which and time, everything. Okay, so that is, so remaining some remote site settings and all, it will comes under remote credential integration purpose, that and all we'll discuss later. Okay, and also if you want to reset the password, so there is option called password, reset the password for all users, something permissions we have, maybe let's see. Yeah, expire all password. If you go to expire all password, if you click on expire all password, all users passwords will expire, and they will set up a new password once again. Okay. Sometimes users are asking to asking to expire all the user password. Then you can click on this one and save. Automatically all the passwords are expired, and again each user they set their new password. Okay. So some options we have, maybe based on the requirement you can check and you can enable. Okay, so this is something like security model in Salesforce, guys. So today I have completed security model, some organization level securities, this and all organization level security, right? So if you want a similar kind of function, login access for other than admin users also require login button means, there is an option called delegated administration. Okay, maybe you can check this one as a trailhead and you can practice by yourself. If you are enable any other users other than admin users, if you require any delegated administration, then that users also will get a login access button, enable login access something. Okay, that and all you can practice by yourself. So hope you clear what is object level permissions, field level permissions, record level permissions, organization level permissions. We have some multi-factor authentication and all. Maybe that and all we'll discuss later. Okay. Right. Clear team. Any questions? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Right. So whatever we discussed last three classes security model from profile, sorry, from user to now, please practice step by step. Again, I'm telling guys, one time practice is enough. How I have explained, same how you are going to practice by yourself. Create a multiple users and log in with the different browsers and practice each and every permission in one time carefully. That is enough. Okay. And so once you clear these topics, then only you are able to answer the questions. So if you are not understanding, it is difficult to give the answer, even though that answer is very simple. Okay, so practice more. This topic is very very important. If you go with the developer, or if you go with the support, or if you go with admin role, so these things are very important for all kind of jobs in Salesforce. Okay, if you don't know the security process, that's all, you are difficult to manage the customer questions only. So if application is global application, we want to know the security model to control the data visibility globally. So how we are going to control, these are the options we have in Salesforce. Okay, you can write thousands lines of code, or you can implement hundreds of application. Finally that application access, how we are going to enable, which users going to access, how we are going to control those kind of permissions, that and all it will control by using this many process. Okay, that is the reason whatever we discussed up to now, basic model, basic data model, and basic data model and the security process, these two things are very important for any kind of project. While you are going to implement a project by using scratch, these topics are very important. Objects, application, everything. Okay, practice. If you want, you can take one day extra time to practice this one, and then I will start for next topic. Okay, remaining topics are advanced topics, so that and all we can learn by your own as well, or we can get some ideas by using searching website as well. But these things and all, at least we have to know the basic fundamentals of the Salesforce. Okay, right. Validation rules are covered, no, right?